Adding this to your daily routine will be such a game changer. It's healing and it's energizing, and your body will absolutely love and thank you for it. So I have some mint leaves, ginger, and turmeric. So honestly, the best way to peel these are to use a spoon and just basically scratch the surface of the skin and it'll just come right off. And for the ginger pieces that have, all the grooves, you can just break the pieces off and just make sure you get in there. And then for the turmeric, y'all, please put on gloves or you will regret it and your hands will be stained for I don't know how long. So just put some gloves on and then just do the same thing that you would do for the ginger and the skin will come right off. And then for the parts that have the indentations, you can just use a knife to cut them off just because using a spoon won't really help you, to be honest. Okay, so here is the ginger and the turmeric washed. We're just going to add that into a blender. And then I have my mint. I'm also going to add this. And then I have 20 ounces of water. And as you can see, both of my containers are stained from the turmeric from previous juicing, so please be mindful. Alright, so here it is now in something that's easy to pour, and then I have a metal strainer which is also stained from the turmeric. I'm just going to strain this. And then I'm just going to squeeze out all the extra juices that are trapped in the pulp. So now I'm just going to save this pulp and add it into like my stews and curries, just because, it's still nutrition and I don't want to waste it. So yeah, you can feel free to dump it out, but I'm going to make use of it. Also, unless you want stain counters, if you see drops, clean it up as soon as you can. So now we have our golden juice, and I have an ice tray that has about 6 large ice cubes, and they range about, I would say total 20 ounces. So I recommend putting your ice cube tray on top of something sturdy before pouring, just so it helps you better transfer to the freezer without you wobbling and potentially spilling it. As you can see, I am struggling here, but it helps that I have the base. If I didn't have that, I would have spilled everything, so I highly recommend it. Now into the freezer, it went overnight, and here are the final results. So I'm just going to try to massage it out, and it does really help to have silicone molds just because it's easier to pop them out. And also, if you have gloves, please wear gloves because I promise you these will stain your hands if you don't have them on. So I really love how these turned out, but one thing that I really would recommend is to probably not go so big with the ice cubes, just because although I did want something that was filled with flavor, I also noticed that because the ice cube was really large, even though my water was boiling hot, it did cause my tea to cool down quicker than I expected, honestly before I could even drink it. So I had to pop it back in the microwave. So if you want your tea to be potent, you can still use the same amount of ginger and turmeric and mint that we use, but just use less water and use smaller ice cubes, and that way you'll still have something really strong. And then I just store them into Ziploc bags so that way I can just go in and grab them when I need them and we're good to go. I hope you try them.